Hello everybody, welcome to the show this week. So, the topic of conversation is going to be this one. Hackney drivers, we're not talking about hackney drivers this week, so that's the good thing about it. So hackney drivers, you can stay out of it this week. Private hire drivers, this is just all for you this week. Would you actually like to be paid holiday pay, sick pay and a pension like Uber are getting done? Would you actually like the people you are contracted to or the places that you are with to actually start paying you your money every week? Let's start the debate.
Imagine no need to use accountants. Imagine no need to file a tax return, get a penalty for late return, worrying about finding all your receipts. Imagine just PAYE, pay as you earn. Could be a whole new world, but can it be done? Can it actually be done?
So obviously this is going to be the controversial one. This is the one that we had a bit of a conflab about, and do you really want it?
Yeah, just imagine, right, like your employer, your company who you work with, basically like you work all week, your money is all generated yourself. At the end of the week, they take off your tax and insurance for you, but you still work your own hours, you still generate your own income, just that what you make yourself, so you're still self-employed technically, what you make yourself comes off. They take off tax and insurance from your earnings. So you still, like just like Uber do now, with Uber you work your own hours, they take off your pension for you and they give you holiday pay. So similar to that, only you're paying your tax as you're going along, not as we do it at the minute, once a year through a tax return.
Like we said, I mean, this is entirely down. This is the great thing about this show of late. You know what I mean? Especially after like last week's one, we had like quite a lot of reviews on the fact that people were getting in and getting involved on the different Facebook groups. We're just literally putting the question out there: is it time for taxi drivers on the private hire side of things to actually start getting the same as what Uber are doing? If Uber have suddenly put out this thing of making people have sick pay, holiday pay and a pension, why is it that the little firms are going to struggle with this?
And they could all do it, couldn't they, as well? Because like
they could do it, but like we said, this is where there's going to be operators out there that are going to go out and say, no, it's just not beneficial for us to do this.
But really it could be, because like the driver generates the income, doesn't it? Like they always do, and they're just taking off, your tax and insurance from what you've already made, and they take off their little bit for their rental. They probably encourage, and this is where the game will change. They'll encourage everybody to pay on card because it's easier to manage. Then, if you do take cash payments, maybe like what they do in the buses, where you have to put your money into a machine at the end of the day or end of the week. So all the money is running through the office. The contract is between the customer and the office, not between the customer and the driver. That'll be the difference, really. But it could happen. It could feasibly happen.
We just want to know how many people out there have been actually talking about this and who's actually sort of like for it and who's actually, against it. So that is why we do this show, is the fact that we saw it's a controversial topic. It really is, because nobody really wants to be...
No one wants to pay tax.
No, we all hate it. But the thing is, would this thing start going in drivers' benefits for mortgages and for finance, for yourself? Because at the end of the day, if you're self-employed, let's put it like this, we are always shunned by anything that we try to get. So,
as a cab driver, try and get credit. You find it very, very hard, especially if you're dealing with a lot of cash. It's very hard. This would give you your credit report, your credit rating, a massive big boost as well.
Don't forget, this is him saying all this, okay? This was his idea to bring this topic up, okay?
I think it could
He
work.
thinks this could work. I'm going to be sitting on the fence, so I'm going to have splinters in my backside for this one. So, I don't know. I really don't know, because I just feel sorry for the little smaller firms, because a lot of those I do think might find it a little bit hard.
But yet again, you are the money goes to the little firms that you've generated in your fares. So if that little firm's got a lot of customers, won't be a problem. Won't be a problem because they're only taking out what you've already given them. You know.
If you agree or you disagree, please, as always, go onto the comments on all our Facebook pages and at the bottom of the video, and just let us know. Like I said, we're just putting it out there to you to go like that and say, is it time that everybody starts doing the Uber model?
The world's moving on, yeah.
The Uber model is quite simply they've changed it. They've moved the goalposts and changed it for everybody. Your holiday pay, your sick pay, and your pension. Is it time now that we all start getting that? Is it time that the government actually gets involved and starts having a go with these little smaller companies and tries to make them do it? This is what we're just putting it out there. It's time for you lot to sort of like have a little bit of a conflict between yourselves, have a little bit of a discussion. Hey, let us know what you think. Like I said, this is not for the hackney drivers. The hackney drivers are completely sort of like out of this whatsoever.
Now, the only fully self-employed cab driving job would be a hackney driver, because they work right off the cobbles, so they would be only the ones who would be self-employed, properly self-employed. Now, there are drivers out there who we know are the invisible drivers, who no bank accounts, nothing. They, unfortunately, will be forced off the road.
I don't know who you are.
I know one or two.
I don't.
Who they would be? They'd have to comply, or go and drive a hackney cab. Because you'd be traced.
I still think it's going to come in sooner or later. I think somewhere down the line the government is already making plans to kind of sort of like find out exactly what all cab drivers are doing. Like I said, a bit of a problem with the hackney drivers. They're still going to be a different story. But for private hire drivers, the way Uber have now just come in and literally just
smashed it to pieces.
Smashed it to pieces would not be the right word I'd use. The fact that they've gone and changed the...
Revolutionised the job.
Okay. All we're saying is this.
Made life easier for the driver.
Yeah, thanks to two people who came in and went like that and took Uber to court and have now just threw everything under the bus.
Who I slagged off at the time, remember?
You did slag off at the time. If it's right that it's now time for all self-employed private hire drivers to start doing everything by the book, should we say, then it's time for the operators to actually start to cough up.
Also, this is changing now, and do you know why this is going to? Because it may come into effect when you renew your license now. You have to do a check code, a government check code, don't you? A tax check code to renew your license now. That is the biggest game changer. That's why I think this.
This is why we think. This is why we think the government are actually sort of like thinking about doing
you
this.
Need a check
They've
code.
took the Uber. It wouldn't surprise me if Uber have financed this themselves through the government. But if Uber now are starting to do this with the holiday pay, sick pay, and a pension, which is what is making, let's be fair, a lot of drivers from smaller cab companies now start to move over to Uber because, well, obviously they're getting the benefits of this. Do I think it's right?
Yeah.
Listen, I get slated for this because I say that I sort of like certain things that the Uber model's doing. I don't agree with everything that Uber are doing. I just sort of like some of the things that they've brought in. That's it.
Changed it for the better, really.
But the thing is, it's down to you people out there right now. If you, like I said, this is what we're here for. This is why we want you to discuss about this between yourselves. Leave the comments about it, because this is now becoming a bit of a sticking block. And it is probably the most controversial thing, because there's a lot of taxi drivers out there that are like going, piss off. We don't want to be doing that. We want to stick to the way we're doing things.
Want to do that.
And then there's obviously the ones that are going, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Why don't I start getting holiday pay, sick pay, and a pension now? Seems like a sort of like a no-brainer. Listen, it's 50-50 down the middle. And all we're saying to you is, let us know, hit the comment button, hit the like button, share the video. Let's try and get this going a little bit further around and find out what everyone else is doing around the world, not just in Britain, and find out exactly how they're coping with Uber coming into their countries, their cities, and how they're doing it to their sort of like smaller taxi markets. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and all the other companies now will have to do it too. Bolt and Freeway and all the other taxi apps will have to follow suit now with Uber's model too, as well as all the private hire companies.
Or
It's
are
coming.
they? Are they? Are they? Are they?
Yeah.
Are they? So we're going to have to wait and find out and see what's going to happen. But controversial one of the week. Here we go. He wants to bring this topic up, not me. So don't be blaming me for it.
PAYE. It could be the way to go. It could be in the future the way it will have to be. Watch this space. That's it.
Space.
Have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. It's across all the Facebook groups now. So on the Facebook groups, leave your comments down there as you do in droves.
Wait for it. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. Bye bye.
And good luck to Real Madrid on Saturday.